was investigated. There was enough evidence in the Congress of my country that they started actually there was not enough evidence to start an investigation. And the general attorney or whoever was the term in English that was following this investigation or leading this investigation was almost killed 4 times. And Anthony Blinken came to my country unofficially several times to try to disregard all the concerns that the government and the people in my country had. Your country, through USAID, has been interfering into a lot of other countries.
So Isa, that's the whole point. USAID is like, big part of it is America's soft power. And I don't see what's wrong with that. I don't understand why that's about.
Sorry, boy, have you been elected abroad in my country?
Wait, what you said has nothing to do with what I said. Wait, nothing that you said or anything to do with what I said. It's like a non-sequitur.
Pointing out the corruption, Kevin.
That's okay, that's fine. That wasn't my point.
Yeah, it's my point.
Okay, well that's fine.
Kevin, you have no point. You're making up the law, and you're totally wrong. You're delusional, young man. Completely deranged and delusional.
Where we actually substantively respond to the things that one another said. So what I said is that this USAID money is money that was approved by Congress. It was passed by Congress. And regardless
Breaking news, another Doge update. Today, agencies terminated 105 contracts with a ceiling value of $935 million, $580 million in savings, including $1 million National Science Foundation consulting contract for fitness services. Fitness update. As a follow-on, there was a larger $32 million purchase agreement for government-wide consulting on fitness center services. Ooh, wow, another $1 billion saved. Now the president can't stop funding for USAID. It's illegal. He doesn't have the power or the authority to do this. This is illegal.
So that's one point. My other claim is that these numbers are largely exaggerated, and you can all look this up, but 1 million people have called them out, and they've even corrected a lot of their own information. Doge is constantly getting community noted on X for exaggerating their savings. Yeah, I'll cite you a article right now. I'm just going to put it in the chat. People can read if they want to, but everybody's made up their own mind on this.
Who just said that? Dance of the plane? Who just said that?
Doge hasn't saved nearly as much money. The programs are being misrepresented. And they've fired all of the actual people who would investigate real instances. Here's my question. Here's one of my questions. Why is no one being charged criminally? There's all of this fraud that you've allegedly found, all of this fraud based abuse. Why is nobody being, it'll come. So why is he waiting?
Because,
as you
build a case, you gotta understand, this is the Department of Justice, which now is taking this forensic accounting. As you said, your daddy is a forensic accountant. So once they have all the data, then they can file the briefs and the motions and make the arrests.
I don't know. We need to get a USAID grant to get Wizard a mic that doesn't sound like dog shit. Oh my God, you sound like you're getting butt fucked underwater. Like, what is happening?
It's because no one wants to mute up as I'm speaking because you're so dopamine.
The central claim was about fraud, waste, and abuse, and in turn, you've listed a bunch of programs that you ideologically disagree with. What is actually fraudulent about those programs?
As taxpayers, we're pissed.
Proving my point.
We're taxpayers. We're voters. We're getting scammed and screwed.
You're in the business of eliminating programs they ideologically disagree with.
These are programs. These are called purchase requisitions. These are programs put on government credit cards being sent overseas.
Yeah, well, no thanks, man. The last 20 years, all of the programs for the left have been fucking insane, okay?
If anyone, that's a matter of your opinion and your ideology, okay? I'd say some of these programs are being misrepresented, but regardless, it's beside the point.
Misrepresented? Let me go back to what Doge is telling us. Hold on. Please hold. Do not release. Do not release. Please hold. Please put me in the queue.
I ideologically disagree with them.
Listen, these are purchase card requisitions across multiple agencies in the billions for all types of money laundering schemes to send it overseas. Do you think any of this money for climate change?
No evidence of that. No
evidence. Okay, you're focusing on the word fraud. Okay, all of these were authorized, whatever you want to say, and the point here is that it's government efficiency. This is a waste of money.
Oh, so this has nothing to do with fraud and abuse.
And your tax money is going to other places in order to further agendas on LGBTQ and trans shit.
Wait, what about something like the agricultural products
that have nothing to do with the purpose that people are paying taxes? So people are having trouble getting, how do you say in English, getting end meat or something like this. Like they cannot afford even food. They're all talking about the price of eggs, and yes, 40 or 30% of their fucking salary. They're working 4 months of the year for free to give that money to the government so that they can send it to fucking
You acknowledge that only like 0.5 to 1.5% of our budget is foreign aid. So what you're saying is like mostly untrue. Like 66% of our tax base goes towards paying Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security.
Kevin, what I'm saying is that a normal individual is paying 30% taxes. So 4 months of their year, they're working for free for the government so that they can misuse a lot of this money and send it outside.
This is why I love you, Isa. You are so common sense pragmatic.
Shut up! Maybe 1% is equivalent to 5% of my pocket. That is 5% that they could be using to buy fucking eggs.
Isa, are you predicting that Trump is going to reduce the deficit?
This feels like deja vu, Dr. Isa. Why do I feel like we've been here before in this conversation with Dr. Kevin?
Hold on. Hold on. I just want to clarify that 100%. I said 100%. I believe that. I'm not saying that he's going to eliminate 100% of it.
No. You believe that the deficit is going to be reduced under Trump. So we're going to...
Yeah, we will talk about things right now, not in the future, because you are prognosticating bullshit. All these Democrat scam programs have come to an end, thank God, because Donald Trump is president. And I just want to let Kevin know that as he deconstructs the social communist system that has been created by terrorist internal Democrats, you will squeal like a little pig in the same way that you are squealing right now, Dr. Kevin.
I'm in a grocery store right now, so I'm gonna let you guys duke it out a little bit. But I thought Rookster made a good point about the exercise of soft power. We see China increasingly seizing ground around.
Oh, now you deflect to China instead of talking about the corruption of the Democrats and corruption internally. Let's talk about China now. Let's talk about China now. I know you can't yell in there. Go pick out your frozen dinner. Pick out your frozen chicken for the night and let the grown-ups speak, Dr. Kevin.
Okay, so one of the programs that you mentioned, like agricultural systems, I think
you don't even work hard enough to pay enough taxes to make it even worthwhile.
A very small amount of aid.
Stop, your mic is fucked.
Let's get Edmund some USAID for a better mic.
Yeah, but we don't hear a word you're saying. We just see like.
This is really annoying. It's a brand new phone.
It's horrible. It does sound like you're underwater, Edmund, really. Why don't you buy better phones, Edmund? Are you... Yeah, his back.
Okay, how is this? Is this better?
No, it's the same shit.
Really? Damn.
Yeah, the secret is that everybody has to shut up when he talks because otherwise we can hear him.
No, but you like to interrupt others.
It's actually amazing. It's like all Palestinians should have that. Like, they just should like.
Actually, it should be a feature of Clubhouse that you can hear someone interrupting. You don't hear anything that he's saying, but he's not even trying.
So, Double Agent, are you happy with Donald Trump's performance so far and the Doge team uncovering all the fraud, waste, abuse, and scams?
Wait, no fraud proven so far. Not a single charge even fraud.
But it's waste, no?
Waste, that is, so I would generally consider waste to be money not going towards its intended purpose. So if we intended on spending a few $1 million to like distribute condoms or whatever in some developing country, that wouldn't be waste. That would be money being, going towards its intended purpose. I feel like ideologically, I feel like
country that's like completely futile.
Red flag, red flag. Red flag alert, red flag alert. Wasting money on bullshit. Wasting money on bullshit.
But yeah, like what largely we're talking about, like I said, and I'm going to say it again, it's not actually fraud, waste, and abuse.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Bullshit alert.
Give it a shot at guessing what you're thinking. Do you think that Kevin is very anal? Fucking soy boy.
Damn.
No offense, Kevin.
I mean, some guy just told Kevin he loves him. We'll see you later, sweetie. I mean, Daniel, no offense. I mean, anybody can orgasm how they want in private. But the point is, no one wants to continue getting fucked financially. Who wants to work all this time to pay taxes to fund all this fucking bullshit?
By bullshit, you mean the vast majority of your money, which goes towards Medicare, Medicaid, and Social
That
Security.
included.
Because that's like by far the
I
largest
know
share.
where all our money goes, but this is showing actual purchase card requisitions at Doge.
Here's the
$230 billion worth of bullshit.
Budget or whatever. You need some really
$40 trillion in debt. $230 billion in bullshit.
Because it's so
A
unpopular.
lot of these Medicare and Social Security and help is going to illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's just isn't true.
In Chicago, we spent over $2 billion housing over 60,000 people from Venezuela, senor.
So that would once again be that'd be a different claim. So East's claim that I responded
She
to.
is complaining now about housing and everything being super expensive and actually supporting people moving from states, to cheaper states. It's just amazing. Now they're complaining about how expensive things are going, and it's because of that. It's because of bad policy of the Biden administration.
Uh-oh, look out.
That's certainly not the
Dr.
reason.
Anderson has arrived. He's what I like to call the Jew Whisperer.
You're missing a lot.
Look out, the Jew Whisperer is here.
I mean, the housing, that actually, you said that actually might be like an area where we like have some agreement, and I'd say that like some of the reasons why housing is so expensive is due to like government barriers to building more housing, permitting, over-regulation of the housing sector. So that might
No shit, Sherlock. Housing Urban Development, $100 billion a year. Ben Carson was the head of that agency, but yet he still booked it. The point is, it's all communism and socialism and wealth redistributionism.
These are buzzwords that people won't care about.
These are not buzzwords, senor. This is called $40 trillion in debt. We can't keep redistributing the money. We've got to pay the debt down.
But that's fine. But then be honest and say that you're interested in like serious entitlement reform. Because we're not.
Of course, we are interested in serious entitlement reform.
Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, but you guys are like too chicken shit to actually like do anything.
You guys are too chicken shit, Dr. Kevin.
Like if you go to the real core issue, just get rid of all the Jews.
Ooh, the Jew Whisperer has arrived. The Jew Whisperer. Do you hear that, Dr. Kevin? There's always one layer deeper of shit than you. Welcome, Mr. Anderson, to the stage.
Well, we can expand it to all
See, Kevin, just when I thought you could have been the worst person in the world, sure enough, the Jew Whisperer, Dr. T-Robs comes marching in to remind us about the J word. Hello, Jew.
Tim, please, no. What? Is he talking about the Jews already?
He is the Jew Whisperer. Without him, then you never remember about the J words until he comes by like a whisper. The Jews, do I need to remind you about the J word?
It's funny. I never talk about their behavior, but always that.
Funny, funny.
It's the behavior of everyone else that
woman
Amazing.
at the.
He doesn't need a woman. He's got a fucking giant dog to sleep with every night.
Get yourself a nice cup of tea.
Your husband sucked dicks, okay? Don't
What
fucking
is
try to
wrong?
talk to me about relationships. Alright.
Well, at least we have one. I mean, you are so.
Amazing. Like you, the fucking. I would share what I have on this fucking app with these demons about.
These demons? You sleep with a dog every night, Dr. T. Robs. She's dead to you.
It's actually in this case. But
You know, I gotta say, Dr. T. Robs, you are a foul creature of a man.
Honestly, Tim, man, like, I wish that
You wanna roast you a little bit.
I just don't want to listen
okay,
to
just
you
go have a
find
threesome
your mouth.
with another man with your husband. Okay, so how are you?
Hi, Ash.
So welcome back to everyone to Anal Palestinian Logic. This is a reverse engineering room to help dehypnotize you from your own stupidity.
Oh man, we were having such a lovely conversation earlier. These toxic people coming in.
Oh,
It was
so
not
you're
lovely.
shitting on
Stop
Palestinians,
lying.
is that okay?
It was not lovely. We had Kevin defending all the government. Oh, but I mean, it's just like.
I mean, I would have a serious conversation about actual like fraud, waste, and abuse. There's been lots of highly ineffective foreign aid programs. No, not mine.
I did.
But you guys like weren't serious.
He's been running the room.
So is anyone here actually going to defend what you would need to do in order to like really balance the budget, which would be like very serious
You really
entitlement
don't like
reform?
consistency, Kevin. You really you sweat for every single pore of you. You sweat the incompetency of a Democrat.
I mean, efficiency is a value neutral term. It depends on what you are doing. What are you efficient at?
So why are the Democrats losing their minds if it's neutral?
Because to be like inefficient use of money. Now, what's happening is that they're finding these little programs that they ideologically disagree with. Good red meat for the base, say we cut $1 million to transgender, whatever, and then meanwhile, funding to actual health services that benefit Americans are being cut as well, and it's just like red meat fodder. Recently, I mean, just think about Ireland. Recently, a grant was cut to investigate Tim not stopping having sex with his dog. And I mean, I think that was like a really efficient use of, Tim just won't stop. We were trying to stop him using USAID, and Tim won't stop. He won't even use it. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Everybody knows you do that. Everybody knows you do that.
Laws that the National Socialists introduced on taking power in Germany.
Are you okay, Tim?
No. Also, you see nothing wrong with one of your fellow Jews accusing someone of fucking bestiality. You see nothing wrong with that. And then you say,
you have much evidence for that as Doge has on
amazing. The other two
as much evidence.
victim.
What are you talking
What the fuck are you? Are you deaf, dumb, and blind?
What are you, Tim? Are you okay?
This fucking faggot. This fucking faggot literally just accused me of sexually abusing my dog. And you see nothing wrong with that. You choose to come off mic about me.
Oh, you know what? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to care about me.
No, seriously.
I don't think they're going to care about me.
Who owns everything to the society?
Hitler did
You're a
something in
fuck.
Semite.
You're a
Yeah, they're not going to care about control. You're not a real person.
Amazing.
You're like a lonely, like 30-year-old.
Oh my God! Everyone in this room has got beef. Hold on, everybody in this room has got beef with Tim.
I know. They're obsessed with me.
You're obsessed with the Jews. All I hear you talk about.
They never called me a liar. They never.
Yes, you're a liar. It goes without saying. You believe many things that are untrue.
They never
Particularly about the Jews, the Holocaust, and all that.
They just say
You're
they're
not like a real person. Okay, so here's the reason why it's
Tim
not
has
easy.
listen to being minor attracted.
What you are saying, okay? Because you don't actually care about any of the underlying facts that you say.
The
It's
underlying
rhetoric.
every
It is rhetoric that you use to attack Jews.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Is that
Like I
true?
give a fuck about some dipshit in the chat. Amazing.
Like, did you admit to being minor attracted to children, like whatever that is.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened because some dipshit in the chat's now writing something on me.
No, it's serious. It's like, when is
Am I a Jew? So, is that something you think that it would have meant to be?
Well, I don't know, Tim.
I know, but you married someone that sucks dick, so you're into the Jews.
Well, at least that isn't children.
You married someone that's into sucking dick, so you like
Like,
the
that doesn't piss me off. I love you.
I know it doesn't put you
I
off.
love
That's the
him.
problem.
He's the father of my child.
Well, that's too
I
late
love
for you.
him. I love him dearly, and he's a good man.
Why do you care who she wants to love and who she wants to do family with? I mean, like, does she care about what
I don't care. That's why I didn't address her. But if she's going to personally attack me, I'm going to.
I'm not.
I'm not replying back.
He's
Listen,
shit all the
Cry
time.
harder. I don't
He's
care.
like,
I didn't even speak to you. I didn't. Hey,
I actually texted you and I was like, man,
I'm nice.
it's okay.
I don't care. I'm
Are
nice.
you okay? Because I'm actually
That's amazing. I don't care. I
So
don't care.
like, what is
Don't care.
happening to you? What is wrong?
Reality. That's
What's wrong in your life?
reality equals happening.
Literally,
And
you
the
become
sooner
like
everyone else wakes up,
exhaustingly
it's going to
sad.
be 1,031 times.
Tim, I wish you well, man. I'm really like actually my
Well,
heart
you know,
it's like whatever it is.
Have another
Like
vaccine or
it's a
something.
really sad situation, man.
Well, you're the one who. Listen, you believe Abby was going to get carried away off into some sense to get yourself all worked up, all flustered. Like, fucking. Pull yourself together, woman, alright? And you're fucking criticizing me.
I'm not criticizing you.
You fucking are. You literally had a fucking meltdown about Abby.
I don't know what
You had a fucking meltdown in this app.
Honestly, I wish you
Listen.
well, man.
You had a. Okay, well, I wish you well. If you need it. Listen to me. I wish you the best, okay? Amazing.
Whoa, Tam in the chat. White people shouldn't have kids. The white race needs to go extinct.
Is he Jewish too?
Come up here, Tam. He's a sentiment invite. Oh, there he is.
I think he has some mental health condition.
Tam, come up here. Tell us all about it.
Ashkenazi Jews are 40% more likely than the average population to be schizophrenic.
All right, let's not jump to the gun. Let's hear.
I'm Swedish. I'm not Jewish. I'm Swedish.
And you're white.
Yeah, I am. It's me in the picture.
So I haven't killed yourself yet then, if white people are so bad.
I wanted to
Have you invited a black man into your
No, that's why I don't have children, because I want my race to die.
Oh, so you believe the Jewish white guilt narrative? Amazing.
No. I just think that white people should just die.
Amazing. Because black people built the free world. Okay? Black people
Yeah,
built
I think
before
white
men
people
arrived.
have done so many massacres and they're up to no good, basically.
So why don't you just kill yourself?
Yeah,
Like, why don't you just save yourself now?
Because I'm spreading the message before I die.
I know, but
I'm gonna spread the
you're
message
taking
for
up oxygen. You're an oxygen thief. You're taking up oxygen that
Fine.
people of color.
Then I'm taking
People
up
of color
your oxygen, and that's fine, actually.
You're breathing
I
right
take up your oxygen, that's fine.
now. Well, you're in a different continent than me.
No, I'm not. Where do you think I am?
You said that you're in Sweden.
Yeah, that's not a different continent.
Yes, it is.
You're in Ireland. You're in Ireland.
I'm from there. That's not where I am.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways,
Well,
I take up your.
The continent of Sweden.
Amazing. Anyway, so
So
you're depriving.
I'm pro-white genocide. I'm pro-white
All the new
genocide.
Swedish people that they keep inviting.
Tam, you're
It's
not
not-
white either. Jesus
All the
Christ.
new Swedish people that have now made Sweden the most bombed city in Europe, overtaking the title that must have at one point been. That one point must have been held by Ireland. Sweden is not the most bombed country here, but it's all the white people doing the bombing. All the white people.
Yeah, look at what we're doing everything. It was all white people that did it. White people is the root cause of all evil on earth. Without white people, the world would be better.
Really?
You know, I agree. It was white people that invented the bomb. You know, like it's a very destructive thing. Like, you know, Oh, sorry, that was a Jew.
Yeah, if it were for Palestinians or
No, it was a Jew that
right,
invented the bomb.
hold on. If it were for Palestinians or black people,
You know, it was white people that invented
stones and sticks.
Oh, Marxism. Oh, sorry, no, that was Jewish as well.
Tim doesn't know how to.
It was white men that invented transgenderism. You know?
It can't.
I have, by the way, I don't want any more children because black people in the world. This is improving it. More Islam. MashaAllah.
Holy shit. Oh, I need to take a second and wash my soul, man. Fucking some dirty shit in this room. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm part of one of these people that works for George Soros to get Muslims into Europe and turn it into Eurabia so we can destroy the white people.
Eurabia.
Yeah, we're gonna destroy Europe, Miss Anderson. We're gonna make you a Muslim as well. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Are you gonna rebuild the young girls too?
No, I heard you're into that, so I'm not doing that.
Who?
Amazing.
Oh, you got standards. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do that. I just want the white face people to die. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You should get better at trolling, bro.
This is the kind of shit you believe in. That's why it's funny. You think that there's a white genocide in the thing, and you think that the Jewish people are behind.
How many kids have you got?
I have none.
Okay, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Well, they're not related, unlike yours, so yeah.
You don't have brothers and sisters which are related to you.
I mean, I know you have.
Are you adopted?
I bet your mom and dad were twins, Miss Anderson. That's the only reason I think you. That's the only way you have this opinion.
That doesn't even make sense, dipshit.
Well, it does make sense because that's the only reason. But it's the only thing that explains why you're inbred and you have these retarded opinions.
Amazing. So you can't refute the argument. You just have to smear. Amazing.
I mean, judging from the opinions you have, it's quite true.
So what is it that I said wrong?
I mean, except for pretty much everything you say about
okay, so give me an example. Let's break it down. Tell me something I've said that's wrong.
I've heard you talking about the Holocaust, for example.
Okay, did I mention that here today?
No.
Okay, so let's just focus on the
okay. So now we're moving the goalposts.
We can have a whole room.
Also, so now we're moving.
Amazing. We can have a whole room.
So now we're moving the goalposts.
Amazing.
So we don't have
No, nigger, you're moving the goalposts by trying to bring the topic.
the troll.
Let's focus on what's been said in this room.
Hurry up, Pat. Go.
So what is it? Listen to me. If we want to make this a Holocaust room, I've got all night. Do you want to make it a Holocaust room? Amazing. The Holo Hoax? Where do you want to go? No. Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
So
what was, okay, let's go then. So outside of Auschwitz, what was the number on the granite plaque in the 70s? What was the number?
I mean,
What was the number? Let's go into some facts. Let's go into some facts.
Sarah, because he
Let's
is
go into some facts.
pro-Israel and anti-Islam and whatever, but he is anti-Trump and pro-European Union and he is a Democrat.
This dish is pro-European Union.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my God, his brain
So
runs.
he's
The brain run.
George Soros.
Amazing. So let me, you're actually
I'm a fan of George Soros.
line.
No, George
The old German
Soros
defense
is
minister.
financing me, okay?
Amazing.
Yeah, George Soros is behind this. Yeah.
Amazing. You're a fish retarded.
Yeah, I'm working for the
Oh, look at this.
Society
You're
Foundation.
coding it to your fucking bio.
Yeah. I mean, why would I call a white man? They would be just like, oh, look, I called a bunch of people.
Admitted the Jews aren't white. Look, he just admitted it. At least I didn't quote a white man. He admits himself he's not white.
If you'd have said it, I mean,
No, you just reiterated it. Albino, does that make him white?
yes.
You're retarded.
No, it's true.
You're retarded.
I mean, it's all about the skin.
Okay. You know that there was in COVID, during COVID, there were 2 Chinese doctors that they turned black. It's in the Daily Mail. You can look it up. They turned black. So were they then ethnically black?
Yes.
Okay, I'm asking. Have they not got passes to say nigger?
Yes, they do.
Oh, nice.
If you don't know, now you know.
There's so much.
Time, I respect the troll, man. At first, I took it too seriously. I fucking love it, man. I was like, what the fuck? And then when I realized, I was like, oh shit, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, I have read about these kind of these conspiracy theories like white genocide,
But you have not actually read.
Arabia, and everything.
Amazing.
It's just like complete nonsense.
Let's talk about one of them, right? What you think the conspiracy theory? Because
Okay,
come on, you also have to define.
Let me ask you a question.
Very fundamental.
No, let me
What
ask
is a
you a question.
conspiracy theory? No, what is a conspiracy? Like, what is a conspiracy and what is a theory? What does that phrase mean?
Well, conspiracy theory
A
is something
conspiracy.
that has.
A conspiracy. Let's break it down. What is a conspiracy?
It is something that people believe in that has.
Incorrect. That is not the definition. No, go look at the dictionary. I know English isn't your first language. A conspiracy is a group of two or more people that are secretly conducting something. Technically, a small business, two people could conspire. Also, criminals can conspire. Okay, so for people to conspire, it is for them to essentially have a hidden agenda. But it's not something you can do on your own. It's at least two people.
Yeah, let's take an example. It's because of World War II that they wanted to take revenge.
So I don't think it's because of World War II, but is that is objectively a fact. Do you want to hear Hey, listen, I can play the clip of Jews talking about this themselves. In fact, it was a Jew in Sweden, a woman, Barbara.
Oh my god! Oh my god! So wait. So let's say she actually said that. I don't think she did.
Okay.
It was a while ago.
Here's the thing.
Wait. No. Wait. I want to ask you a question. So if one Jewish person says something, she speaks for everyone?
No, who said one?
Even if it's 10.
That's also a no.
It's 10.
You see, this is your problem. You're tripping over your
So how much evidence?
Listen. You're tripping over your own assumptions. And you assumed one thing, you assumed the next.
Like instead of talking about what I assume,
you are tripping over
tell me, how do you go from
actual evidence.
So how do you go from one person saying something?
You are thoroughly demoralized.
Yeah. So
Answer
my question instead.
No amount of evidence.
Answer my question.
Nothing will be given up until the book is on your front.
Answer my question.
Of course, the nigger wants to go and marry some hours.
Ibran, answer my question. So, when do you believe that? So if there's three people who are Jewish who say something, do they speak for the entire? Oh, he left. Oh God.
No, I put it down so you could speak, but then I think he left. I gave him a thing, but
yeah, that guy is so fucking sad. It's unbelievable.
I'm sorry, but there is a point where I'm like, I actually can't handle it because it's too much.
Oh, I wanted him to answer that question because I've never.
No, you'd never get anywhere. I mean, if anybody has him, ping him back.
I'm stubborn as fuck. I wouldn't give up until I get an answer. I would continue answering.
Well, then you'd be there all night, man.
I'm cool with that because I want to get an answer because it's like he thinks that Jewish people are some kind of homogeneous group where everyone thinks the same thing and they're all working for each other in some kind of cabal of some kind. There's no evidence of any other group doing this, but somehow Jewish people are exempt from this, and they all think the same way, which you can also clearly see in Israel, because how many governments have stayed in power for 4 years? It's never happened, because they never agree on anything. mean, it's like, it's so fucking stupid. And this is the kind of things that I would have brought to his attention. But I know that he's never going to answer this question. He's just going to speak about something.
He can't hear you. What's his name again? What's his...
Mr. Anderson.
Just Mr. Anderson, let me find him. Mr. Anderson, get him back. He's so quick to, if he... Oh, there he is. Okay, let me ping him in. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to like squish that. I just wanted him to quiet speakers.
Oh, it's fine. It is very entertaining though to talk to people like this. Thank you, Don Julio. Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of interesting how to hear how he thinks about things and what he sees as evidence. He's quoting this woman. It's been, it was a long time ago since I last read it, but there's this one woman who said this, and somehow it's evident of this Jewish conspiracy theory. Because as soon as they see something from a group that, like, as soon as they see some Jewish person who says something they believe in, then they automatically think that this person speaks for all Jewish people. It's just that this is the only one who is honest. It's so fucking insane to me how anyone can believe in this. But I can just speculate about what kind of life he's had so far. I don't imagine it to have been very good, to be honest. Because
I really liked him. Like, I've known him for a couple of years. And he was cool, man. He has this dog. He lives in, I don't know, I thought he was in Ireland. And I've always liked him, but the last year, he's gone fucking crazy. He's been saying some crazy shit. And more extreme by the day. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
well, there's quite a lot of that in the world, so it doesn't surprise me. Basically, COVID broke a lot of people's brains.
Yeah, and you know, the girl that was just in here, she was on X viral.
I know, I saw it.
Yeah, so it's like fucking all of them. I think there's a room going on. So
they are always in the room together. Her and T-Robs or Mr. Anderson.
yeah, that's fucked up. Rumor! Sorry, Tom.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was in Sainsbury's, so I couldn't speak. I find it incredible that people think that we probably have some kind of worldwide conference after Shabbat, or we have a Borg mentality. Everyone's individual. It's like ridiculous. Hi, Dan.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. It is the weekend, so always happy.
Nice. I'm happy to hear that.
It's Poets Day. We call it Poets Day here, Tam. It means piss off early tomorrow.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you're on,
It's because it's nearly year end, financial year end, so I've just been really stressed out at work. I'm the kind of person who leaves everything to the last minute, so I've had so many like board reports, and I'm very tired, so I'm looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, I hear you.
Did I tell you I got reported, Tom?
Tell us.
What?
Yeah. Apparently I'm inciting hatred towards Muslims. I did not incite hatred, or neither have I incited violence towards Muslims. All I said is that Islamists are going to destroy Europe. I'm sorry.
No, you see my picture? I said to you, and I'll go to the baby food aisle to get stuff for our baby. And he was like, oh my God, look at this. And there's a whole line of baby food called For Aisha. Like, what?
Oh, you just didn't know. That's hilarious.
You know what I mean? Like, for the little girl that was sold to the old man. Like, what the fuck?
tell you when it gets to the point of getting ridiculous. So it's been Ramadan recently. I think it still is. Is it Ramadan? I don't know if it's over. However, I was told I'm being very insensitive by having a drink whilst showing my face on a conference call and web camera.
Fuck off.
And that's exactly what I said to my manager. I goes, fuck off. I'm not telling them to have a drink. I'm not eating. Fuck's sake. I'm not eating a sandwich or a packet of crisps or anything. All I'm doing is having a drink. They go, you're being very insensitive. And I'm like, fuck off.
Jesus Christ. That's so like authoritarian. Like, if we're not doing it, you're not doing it. Like, oh man, you know, Ruben and I decided we have to leave the UK because it's so fucked. You seen what King Charles is doing? It's just like, what a traitorous scumbag, man.
I know. I don't know what King Charles is always playing up, but
I think he's Muslim. I think he might be more Muslim than he is Christian. He's not Christian. I swear to God, he's not Christian.
I would hazard a guess if he was not the head of church of England, he would probably opt to be a Muslim.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think privately he is Muslim. I don't think he actually gives a fuck about being the head of his church.
I don't know. It's just not. It's not the country that I was born in. It was. I'm not saying that it was always, hunky dory and it was always, but since the last 10 years, it's getting worse.
Yeah, I came here in 2002, and I swear to God, it's not even my nostalgia. It was so much more pleasant back then. It's so fucked now.
My sister was interviewing candidates. She has her own business, and as is, courteous, pure decorum when it comes to interview, you extend your hand, to professionally meet and greet someone. And there was a particular male candidate, and he said, I cannot shake your hand. And my sister was taken aback, saying, what? And he said, no, I can't. You are a woman. And my sister said, please do elaborate why. She goes, we're merely just shaking hands as she is the interviewer and he is the candidate. And he goes, no, it's to repress or to ensure that I do have sexual feelings. And my sister was thinking,
oh my God.
You are not going to get the job. And it is getting ridiculous because if you do move to a country, and Sarah, I've said this numerous times on Clubhouse, even in general discussions with my friends, if you do move to this country or in Europe, because as you know my background, both my parents were from different countries, if you can't integrate or respect the culture and you find British values or Western values repugnant, then go back home. That's not racist. If it's repugnant to you, then you can never integrate it. So why are you here?
I don't think they're trying to integrate Vermont. I think they're trying to take over, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the thing. Like, look at all of the previous Christian countries that are now fundamentally Muslim and fucked for that matter. The UK is harboring so many. Like, the UK is harboring the fucking. What is it? The Muslim Brotherhood? And was it the leader of Qatar was just like, we don't even allow those fuckers, and you've got them all over the UK.
We are a joke, unfortunately.
I mean, the problem that I see is this. It comes mainly from the left side of the political spectrum. Is this kind of minorities can never do anything bad. So because of there's so many like populists to the right who have made Muslims their main target. This has sort of increased even further. So now the political parties to the left, they are, anytime you hold minorities responsible for anything, or if you somehow say that they are somehow guilty of anything, you are racist, basically. And it's so corrupt because it lets them get away with anything. I see it all the time. I used to kind of be like that myself. And then when I realized that what happens when you let these people do whatever they want, they can just get away with anything, basically. It's scary. I mean, UK to me, honestly, Birmingham and London, it is scary. I know what these people, what views they have, and to be honest, because there is so many of them that already speak English before they come to the UK, they speak great English on top of that, so they're very effective in spreading all their propaganda and everything. Just look at the Dawa movement, or the Dawa that is going on in Speaker's Corner. It's scary to me.
Yeah, that's why we've got to leave. I've got a little girl. I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want her having to, because even, you know, being a woman, it's not safe. Being a little girl, it's not safe now. I mean, show me a Muslim country where, apart, you know, Qatar and those other Arab countries that are separate from extreme Islam, they are safe. But any other Muslim majority country, the women and the girls are not safe.
I would agree with you, Sarah. Going back to your point, in terms of certain countries not pursuing justice in the interest of being perceived that they are being racist towards a particular minority. That's what happened in the UK. I don't know if you ever heard of the grooming scandal in the UK. So these were a group of primarily Pakistani men. It's not racist, it's a fact. I'm not saying that all Pakistani men are pedophiles, but 99.99% of those grooming gang members were Pakistani, and 99.99% of the survivors and victims were white English girls. The police did not lay a finger on them. Neither did social care get involved. Why? Because they did not want to be perceived to be racist.
Rumor also, it's been found that some police officers were actually in the gangs too. I didn't find out what their ethnicity is, but
were they white or were they Pakistani?
I don't know. I just heard that there were police in the gangs.
Wow, I did not know that. I thought in Rotherham it was mostly just it's mostly Pakistani men who got.
Yeah, but you know, from the top to the bottom, there's a lot of, you know, Muslim lawyers and Muslim police, and it's like protecting, you know, systemic stuff.
There's a Muslim lady reporter who's also supporting these guys. So even Muslim women are supporting these men. This is how bad, you know, the community is. They're all in it together. And was it Sir Sayed or something like that? Some guy who was in the parliament who was also a member of this gang, abusing women.
I've not heard this.
Yeah.
A lot of them come from a culture of silence, and basically you cannot report Muslims for these things. That's sort of where they come from, some of them at least. And that's scary.
I think primarily in Rotherham, Yorkshire, they targeted white English girls, Sikh and Hindu girls, anyone that essentially was not Muslim. They targeted, unfortunately. Michael, Maxed.
Hey, what's up?
We were just having, sorry, I think we digressed wildly. We were just having a discussion about certain minorities getting away with crimes because the authorities don't want to be perceived to be racist.
Right, that does sound like a British issue that popped up recently.
Yeah. You know, blasphemy laws now. So you and I are really scared about what we share to each other on WhatsApp because the Apple iCloud, you know, they gave the information to the UK government. So luckily mine doesn't actually back up. But yeah, you should be really careful about what you share, Ruma.
I haven't actually broken any law.
No, but even memes, you know.
No, I know. I'm being very careful. I've never incited hatred. I've spoken about my concerns about Islamism increasing in Europe. I've never actually.
But you know, under the Kitover blasphemy laws, even to discuss grooming gangs is a blasphemy law. It's Islamophobia now.
I think they proposed to redefine Islamophobia. It's still not legal, and Keir Starmer can go and fuck off. Sorry, but he can.
I don't think it's going through.
And let me double check, but I remember at the time that it was.
Okay, this guy's name is Lord Ahmad, former Labour peer guilty of child sex offences. I just shared the link. He's from Rotherham.
The scary thing in Sweden is that we have people who are secret service have flagged as security threats, and they should be deported. But because we can't deport them, they're still here in Sweden. And then you have these left-leaning journalists that take these people's word over our security services, and it boggles my mind. I hate these people. I really do. I used to be one of these people, and then 7th of October happened, and it just changed my mind because some of the people that I previously would have defended as like, oh, these people they're Muslims, but they're nice people and everything. The things that I heard them say about Jewish people, the things that I heard them say about Israel, I'm like, these people are insane. And then this was like one of the things that I always hung on to when it came to Muslims, that, yeah, well, there are these Muslims who are very nice and they are integrated, they speak Swedish, they are criminals, there's nothing wrong with them. When I heard these people, who I normally would have defended, say these things, then I'm like, my entire worldview just shattered in a moment. And I'm like, this is fucking madness. So I would change persons.
Yeah, Tam, you remember what happened to me? I'm sure I've told you this story before, what happened when I was 9 years old, when I used to live in London. So there was a boy who was Arab Muslim, and I thought all the pupils were invited to his birthday party, and my mother did warn me to say, maybe you should not go. And I was like, I'm a kid, what do I know? So I was like, no, I'm going to go because I'm going to look as if, I'm a bit of a cheapskate because I didn't buy the kid a present. So I went. I remember the stairs going up to their house, and I knocked on the door, and his mother opened the door, and they spoke Arabic, which obviously I do not understand. And every single kid, there were Afro-Caribbean kids there were Christian kids there were all types of kids there. And I remember to the eighth saying La in Arabic means no. And can you imagine me being a 9-year-old child, how that made me feel? I was not even allowed in the house. And I went home. Obviously, I was a bit annoyed because my mother was right. And don't worry. It does affect you. You know, your first experiences, it does affect you. But I do believe that there are two sides to certain people that I meet within that community. But is that fair for me to say that every...
Sorry.
That's all right.
I mean, Ruma, honestly, I grew up in, not like in the ghetto, but like I always were close to people who were from these ghetto areas in Sweden. Palestine to be the most important thing in the world, while completely neglecting Syria, Yemen, Muslims in Xinjiang, China, Myanmar. Like, all they will speak about is the Jewish state of Israel. Never speak about all the things. And somehow this is the most cruel thing, even though, like, it wasn't something between 300,000 to 500,000 people have died in Yemen and Syria, for example. And yet somehow, I mean, it's just crazy to me how and the United Nations as well, all they only look into things basically that Israel does. Well, all the other countries combined have had less reports made about them than Israel in itself. I mean, it's mind-blowing to me.
Well, but in terms of Palestine, they've had many opportunities to make a state, numerous opportunities. There's a saying in they never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Does that make sense? This is their history. And, it's just ridiculous. And yes, I'm not ashamed to say I'm pro-Israel, I'm a Zionist. If you hate me, that's fine, don't care. But that does not mean that I am not a humane person either. I take no pleasure with Palestinian civilians being killed, because there have been Palestinian civilians killed. But however, what people do not recognize is that in a war, that is what happens. Why do we never discuss how many civilians died in Iraq when NATO and the United States waged war in Iraq? Far more were killed then. So sometimes sometimes I do feel, that's when I feel it's slightly anti-Semitic. Sorry, Sarah, to interrupt.
Well, they're saying there's a genocide of Christians in Northern Africa at the moment. It's actually really fucking sad. You don't hear anything about that either.
Take the Hindus in Bangladesh, for example. That's another.
Yeah, shit, man.
Yeah, but even in Pakistan, the Hindus, they are getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
Comrade, look, he's got his hand raised.
I mean, this logic doesn't really make any sense, because there are people that talk about these issues. There's advocates. In fact,
yeah, but we don't see the protests. That's what we're talking about. The protests, the logical the activism and the raid.
Well, I've been a part of these protests, so maybe it's because of the viewer or because of the media that you consume. But we have fought against, our Iraq war. We have fought against the Afghan war, and etc.
All of the Western things you fought against. Yeah, we know.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
He said what he said.
Yeah, it's only when the West does something wrong, that's what you fight against.
Okay, so from my profile picture, where do you think I descend from?
It doesn't matter. You're an orthodox Marxist. That's not enough for me to know that you're morally corrupt.
Why does that matter?
Because you're morally corrupt.
How does
morally corrupt? You're a Marxist.
Okay, shut the fuck up. How is I could easily.
Please do.
How is that relevant, right? To what I'm saying. I'm describing my relation to the West and why I will oppose the West, right? So if I'm
in the West, don't you live in America?
Wait, why do I live in the United States?
Yeah, I don't know, you've got an American accent. Where are you from?
Why? Right? Based on assumption of how I appear, do I live in the United States?
No, it's how you sound, not how you appear.
Why? Right? If I'm an African American, do I exist in it?
Because someone bought your family.
Correct. Because someone bought my family. And from my...
Oh my God.
Because those African tribes sold your family.
Yes, the African tribe sold your family.
So you don't actually know the history of the transatlantic slave trade. So are you saying that the slave
We
trade
don't know the rewritten version.
no, it's not a rewritten version. So
No,
when
so
did
you weren't told
when did the slave trade? Well, I mean, it started actually with the Portuguese and Belgium, right? The Dutch, right? Which is where we get the East India Company. And if you understand the revolution of Leopold's Congo, he went to a region where the people were so peaceful and so pacified in his opinion that showing them that even a slight amount of violence would get them to submit. So he took this population of people that had never been warring, had never had severe conflict, and subjugated them, enslaved the entire population, and that was the first iteration of the transatlantic slave trade. So this idea, right, that slavery started because black Africans sold other black Africans is incorrect. That development only happened after the violence, right? After the violence of these precursor. That is not. You're incorrect. You're incorrect. But now you're incorrect, sir. You're reframing because what actually happened is the violence, right, within these Central and Western African regions that we were seeing as Europeans took up land and colonized the region with more advanced weapons, rivaling tribes, right?
Oh my God.
Let me finish what I'm saying because you have this entire straw man, so I'm going to dismantle it.
No, you're the one who's saying that.
Let me finish what I'm saying. Because
you guys were like cutting each other's hearts out.
No, we weren't. That is exceptionally racist. We weren't cutting each other's hearts out.
No,
how would you feel that? How would you feel if I said that about anyone of Jewish descent? You would say that it's
oh no, we couldn't have been divided without the white man showing us how to be divided. You're the one who's tantalizing your own people, and you are
tantalizing. I'm not tantalizing.
Yes, you are. You're taking away all accountability by your own people, victim.
No. You're creating a straw. You're cutting me off because I'm creating a problem. So I can continue what I'm saying.
What if you have to get tried? We're calling them selling black people. We're black people selling black people. Did that happen? Yes or no? Are you aware of that? Yes or no?
Are you going to let me respond?
Are you aware? Yes
Are
or
you
no?
going to let me respond?
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question. Are you aware? But it is. Are you aware?
Yes, I'm aware of the Arab slave trade. But what you're trying to do there,
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm asking you a question. You
respond.
want to talk about all the Western things that are bad. And I want to get off your script. You are on a script, and I want to see if you're being racist. That's my point.
This is very clear about the kind of person you are. This is kind of people we are.
You don't know me. I'm sorry. You don't know me.
I know you're racist.
Oh, really? What makes you say that I'm racist?
For example, you didn't listen to anything I was saying. You immediately saw my profile.
You didn't listen.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
You're chatting shit.
I'm not chatting shit.
I'm gonna bring green beans.
I didn't.
I literally.
You are interrupting me because you don't want to
answer the questions.
I am trying to answer your fucking question, but you won't let me.
But don't answer
You are not allowing me to
questions.
actually. This is exceptionally manipulative. So
Oh my God!
I am going to finish.
You're not answering the question.
I am going to finish saying what the fuck I was saying since you are a 5-year-old. So when I came in this room, right, I stated that many of us actually do take part in those protests, right? And what you immediately did is imply that the only reason we protest those things is because we're against the West, right? I asked you what my relation to the West would be, right? Because I am African American. Then we go through this tirade of you guys saying that black people sold themselves into slavery, which is contextual.
No, that's not what I said.
That is quite literally what
You're putting words into my mouth.
I am not putting words.
No.
I am not putting words.
How about
I am not talking about what
I
you said. I am saying what other people in the room said instead of you being a 5-year-old.
No.
Let me finish. Can I land my fucking plane?
I wanted to make
Can
a
I
point.
land my plane?
But you're misconstruing what I said.
I'm not.
That was not my point, though. That was
I
not my
didn't
point.
say that. You said that, dumbass. I said
That's not what
someone
Sarah
on
said.
the stage.
It wasn't what Sarah said either.
I didn't say it.
Then who?
Go ahead, Tim. Just finish up, and then we'll bring up the comrade to respond.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the audience. But I mean, what I think is so interesting is people. He comes up and he says, we were talking about the hypocrisy, that there is a way in which people view what the West does, and then there's these other minorities that are not held accountable for things that they have done. Muslims are one of these, or the Arabs, for example. So my point was that if you compare the Arab slave trade and the transatlantic slave trade, it's often portrayed as, it's the white people are the root cause of all evil on the earth.